Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about verbs. This presentation is for class 8 and the chapter number is 9. Verb. What is a verb? Verb is a word that describes an action, an event, or a state of being. Let's look at some examples. Hurry is jumping over the puddle. Susan runs in the park every day. The water in the pool is cold. So the words jumping, runs, and is cold are verbs. They tell us about action, event, or a state of being. Some more examples of verbs are shown in this slide. He writes a letter. He is writing a letter. He has been writing a letter for an hour. He will write a letter after an hour. Here, writes, is writing, has been writing, and will write are verbs used in different tenses. Now note, verbs can be one or more than one word, and it always comes after the subject in a sentence. Verb and its types. Verbs are broadly divided into two categories: finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs are further divided into three parts: principal verb, linking verb, and auxiliary verb. Non-finite verbs are also divided into three parts: infinitive, gerund, and participle. Finite verbs. A finite verb is a verb that changes its forms according to the tense of the sentence, the number and person of the subject. It is the main verb of a sentence or a clause. Infinite verbs. The verb that does not get affected by the person or number of subjects or the tense of the sentence is called non-finite verb. It acts as a noun, adjective, or an adverb. Let's see the example. I like reading books. He likes reading books. I liked reading books. Here, like changes its form according to the subject and the tense. So it is a finite verb. While, on the other hand, reading does not get affected by the subject and tense. So it is infinite verb. Principal verb. A principal verb is the verb that provides information and is used to express action. It functions as the main verb of a sentence or a clause. Let's see some examples. The child weeps. He told me a story. Here, the verb weeps and told provides information to the reader about the action taking place. That is why they are principal verbs. Now coming to linking verb. A linking verb connects the subject of the sentence to a word, subject complement, or a phrase and gives information about the subject. They do not show any action, rather a state of being or a condition. Subject complement are group of words that provide more information about the subject of the sentence. See the construction: subject plus linking verb plus subject complement. Let's also see some examples. They are students. He looks happy. They seem tired. Here, seem, are, and looks are examples of linking verbs. Now coming to auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also known as helping verbs. They help the main verb in a sentence. Auxiliary verbs are those verbs that are used to help the main verb to express its meaning in accordance with the tense or mood. Examples: they are playing, she is dancing, I am teaching. Here, are, is, and am are examples of auxiliary verbs because they are helping the main verbs. In the first example, are is helping playing. Second example is helping dancing, and am is helping teaching to give us clear meaning of the sentence. Now we will learn non-finite verbs. As already shown in the previous slides, that non-finite verbs are those verbs that do not change according to the subject, tense, and person of the sentence. The first verb under non-finite verbs are infinitive. Now what is an infinitive? An infinitive is a verb form that acts as a noun, adjective, or an adverb in a sentence. It is its formation is like this: to plus base form of the verb. Base form means the first form of the verb. Let's see some examples: to play, to eat, to write, to buy, etc. I like to swim. To walk is useful. Here, the verb to swim, to walk are examples of infinitives. Gerund. A gerund is a verb that is formed by adding ing to the base form of the verb, and it acts as a noun in a sentence. Let's see some examples. Swimming is a healthy exercise. So here, swim is the main verb and we are adding ing to it. So it becomes swimming. Next example, walking is a good exercise. Walk plus ing. Learning is important. Learn plus ing. He was partying. Party plus ing. So here, swimming, walking, learning, and partying are examples of gerund because they are doing or working as a noun in these sentences. But in reality, they are verb plus ing form that makes a gerund. Now coming to participle. A participle is a word which is partly a verb and partly an adjective. There are three types of participle: present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. Let's see the present participle. Its construction is base form of the verb plus ing. Example, they are playing. Now, present participle can also function as an adjective and modify nouns in sentences. Example, the winning athlete gets a trophy. Here, winning describes the noun athlete, so it becomes a participle. Now coming to past participle, formation or construction, third form of the verb. Example, there is a broken chair. So broken is the third form of the verb break. Break, broke, broken. So this is past participle. Past participle can also function as an adjective that modify nouns. Example, she placed the cut flowers in the vase. Here, the past participle cut modifies the noun flowers. Now we all know that all the three forms of cut are same. The verb cut remains same in all the three forms: cut, cut, cut. Now coming to the third participle, that is perfect participle. Formation or construction having plus third form of the verb. That is the third form of the base verb. Example, having delivered the message, he left immediately. Now combining the word having with past participle of a word creates the perfect participle. Example, having delivered the message, he left immediately. Now having, we use having with third form of the verb. Here the verb is delivered. So having delivered the message, he left immediately. Now coming to transitive and intransitive verb. In the previous classes you have already studied about transitive and intransitive verb. Let's recall them. Transitive verb, action that have a direct object to receive that action is called a transitive verb. Example, man loved his children. Here, loved, the verb, has a direct object, children. Doctor cured him. She crossed the street. So in these two examples, cured has object him, crossed has object street. So these are transitive verbs. So the verbs which have an object, they are called transitive verbs. On the contrary, the verbs which do not have a direct object to receive the action are called intransitive verbs. Now I'm reading. Action, intransitive verb, action that does not have a direct object to receive that action are called intransitive verbs. Example, snow fell yesterday. Here fell is the action, but there is no direct object present to receive that action fell. That is why here fell is an intransitive verb. We failed. Here also the verb failed has no object to receive the action. Last example, she is sleeping. Here also is sleeping does not have an object to receive the action. That is why these verbs failed, is sleeping are intransitive verbs. Now coming to assignment. Do this work in copy. State whether the verbs in the following sentences are transitive or intransitive. First sentence, the report proved false. Second sentence, the boy flew the kite. Third, the lady seems unwell. Fourth, the children ran. Fifth, the bell rang loudly. Sixth, the sun gives us heat. Seventh, eat silently. Eighth, the rooms are vacant. Ninth, they stood near the door. 10th, we brought gifts for everyone. Now this presentation on verbs can be used by class 9th and 10th standard students as a brush up. Thank you for watching this presentation. Sonu Nanda.